I'm William Theo, bringing you today's burning issues and the hottest news here on News Force.
Here are the headlines on News Force. Reproductive health bill is effective on January 17. Petition against RH filed before the Supreme Court. Philippine population might hit over 97 million on 2013. LPG prices lowered. Arroyo got 109 million pesos in pork barrel funds in 2012. BOC to monitor Mindanao due to possible cigarette smuggling. Stray bullet victim Nicole died, relatives seek justice. Study says overweight people may live longer. And Kim Kardashian expects a child with Kanye West. Fair and balanced news, comprehensive reports that take you to the heart of the action. This is News Force.
The controversial reproductive health law signed by President Benigno Aquino III would finally take effect on January 17. Lorraine Mata has the report.
Republic Act or 10354, or an act providing for a national policy on responsible parenthood and reproductive health, would take effect on January 17, 15 days after its publication in at least 2 newspapers of general circulation. The RH law, which has been opposed by the Catholic Church for 2 decades, was signed by President Aquino last December 21 and would be carried out by the Executive Department as soon as the Implementing Rules and Regulations or IRR were released. Health Secretary Enrique Ona noted that a church could still be part of the committee that would draft the IRR. The committee would be composed of representatives from the Department of Education, Department of Social Welfare and Development, Philippine Commission on Women, Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, Department of the Interior and Local Government, National Economic and Development Authority, League of Provinces, League of Cities, and League of Municipalities, while 4 other members from non-governmental organization would be chosen by ONA. ONA further stated that a 60-day deadline was given to the committee to finish formulating the IRR. Meantime, the newly passed law was made to improve and ensure public access to reproductive health care services, as well as to promote and protect women's reproductive health and rights. It also includes the controversial Safe and Satisfying Sex Life, which was retained by principal author of the law, Senator Pia Cayetano, to imply that people have the capability to reproduce and the freedom to decide when and how to do it. Furthermore, under the law, no person shall be denied information and access to family planning services, whether artificial or natural. For GNN, Lorraine Mata, News Force.
A couple filed a petition in the Supreme Court against the newly signed Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health of 2012. Lawyers James Imbong and his wife Lovely Ann has asked the Supreme Court to prevent the implementation of RH bill, claiming that the said measure is unconstitutional. According to the Imbongs, the RH law mocks the nation's Filipino culture and introduces policies that contradict the fundamental ideals and ambitions of the sovereign Filipino. The said petition was the first suit filed against the RH law barely 2 weeks after President Aquino signed the measure. The Commission on Population says the Philippine population is expected to reach 97.7 million in 2013 due to almost 1.8 million babies born every year. According to the Commission on Population Executive Director Tomas Osias, they made the computation based on the annual population growth rate of 1.9%. The government and rebels' holiday truce was unsuccessful, Rach Marquez reports.
In a meeting in The Hague in Netherlands, rebel and government representatives agreed on a holiday truce that would declare a ceasefire, which will be effective from December 20 to January 15. The rebel group likewise declared ceasefire in areas devastated by Typhoon Pablo until January 3, while the military declared a holiday ceasefire from December 16 to January 2. However, both sides blame each other for the collapse of the said holiday truce. The Communist Party of the Philippines, or CPP, said President Aquino failed to issue an order reciprocating their offer to extend the ceasefire until January 15, further accusing the military of not observing the truce, pointing out to the arrest of 7 suspected rebels during the ceasefire. A CPP statement said the holiday truce was cut short to January 2 at 12 midnight. However, presidential spokesperson Edwin La Sierra said CPP's accusation was baseless, noting the sincerity of the government on the peace talk, citing its efforts of relaying the truce to the armed forces of the Philippines, the media, and the public. But CPP doubted the sincerity of the government, pointing out to AFP's arrest of at least 7 persons during its own ceasefire period, including 5 farmers on December 21, with 2 arrested persons allegedly claimed as leaders of a revolutionary movement. Southern Philippines military spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Lyndon Paniza, on the other hand, accused the New People's Army of violating the ceasefire when guerrillas reportedly descended on villages in the outskirts of Davao City and held 2 government militiamen and 3 civilians hostage. Earlier, Undersecretary Alex Padilla expressed his confidence in the success of the holiday truce, but CPP spokesperson Marco Valbuena said Padilla's optimism on the resumption of talks may not happen anytime soon. For GNN, Rach Marquez, News Force.
Justice Secretary Laila De Lima said there is no temporary restraining order or TRO issued by the Court of Appeals on the suspension of Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia, but instead an oral argument was set by the Appellate's Court 12th Division on January 10. Garcia was suspended by the Department of Local and Interior Government due to a complaint filed by late Cebu Vice Governor Greg Sanchez in 2010, accusing her of usurpation of authority. Amid the allegation, the governor vowed to stay in her capital office in Cebu, saying that she would only leave if the police would forcibly take her out. Weather Bureau Pag-asa said a low-pressure area was spotted east of Mindanao that might intensify into a storm. The LPA was estimated at 790 kilometers east of Mindanao. It is expected to bring out moderate to heavy rains and thunderstorms to Mindanao and the provinces of Samar and Leyte. Isla Gas and Petron has reduced the prices of their liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG, by 50 centavos per kilogram effective Thursday. The move efficiently lowered the price of an 11-kilogram cylinder of cooking gas by 5 pesos and 50 centavos. LPG Marketers Associations meantime also cut product prices by 22 pesos per cylinder. Arroyo got 109 million pesos in pork barrel funds in 2012. BOC to monitor Mindanao due to possible cigarette smuggling. Stray bullet victim Nicole died. Relatives seek justice. Stay tuned for those stories and more reports when News Force returns.